This is why I love getting old. Because only with wisdom do you learn how to leave a nigga exactly where he had you up at. Okay, story time.
Ladies, let's normalize living an unhealthy man. A man that refuses to go to therapy. A man that uses you as therapy. He uses you to heal, and at the end of the day, once he's done healing his trauma or whatever he's going through, he dumps you and go and meet another woman. A man that once is broke or if he's poor, currently he does he's not even financially okay. He uses you at that point, then once he's okay, he dumps you and go and meet someone else. Ladies, let us normalize living a man that is unhealthy, that is miserable at the moment. Once you're with a guy, you're getting to talk, you're talking to him, probably went on a date, and he starts telling you, "Oh, I'm currently going through a lot. I'm having mental illness," or don't even start the relationship already because he's going to use you as his therapy. What he needs is a therapist, not a woman. Any little things they do, you yourself, you start making excuse for them. Oh, maybe because he's going through a lot. Maybe because he's going through a lot. You start tolerating some things you don't tolerate because you're really like, maybe because he's broke currently. Maybe because he's going through a lot now. Maybe because let me roll this clip for you to watch the end. This lady was analyzing why you should not stay with an unhealthy man because she tried it and it wasn't okay with her. Let me roll this clip for you to watch to the end, and I'll be back to share my thoughts at the end of the video.
Let's get into it because I really want to set the scene for you bitches, and when I'm done, you're going to understand exactly why I think I'm okay dying alone. Like that actually sounds so peaceful to me to leave this planet exactly how I came. Okay, let me calm down. But I spent all morning going back and forth with a grown ass man. And it got to the point that he irritated me so bad, I had to make a mental note that I'm going to ghost him. Like, we have been going back and forth, but today was like the straw that broke the camel's back because it's like, you're going to act slow and you're going to act like you don't understand what I'm saying for over a week, bitch. Like, I've been patient with you for a whole fucking week, right? So here's my theory. And this is why I'm starting to lean towards just being by myself on some real shit. Not even on no bitter shit. Because at this point, I feel like I'm a scientist. And I'm out here collecting data and doing research. And these are my findings. Unfortunately, I am a woman. So I'm capable of empathy and putting myself in other people's shoes, right? And I had to shut that shit down today. I had to shut it down. Because like I said, this has been a week of you going back and forth and acting like you don't understand where I'm coming from. Like, I'm like, my patience, babes, it's non-existent. So I start to think to myself, because like I said, I am a woman, I have empathy, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, you know he's been going through things. I thought that to myself. And then I said, I don't get. Let me just get straight to the point and tell you guys my theory. Because I don't have time to waste. Like, I already wasted so much time arguing with this man. Okay? Let me tell you something. When a guy is going through something, leave his ass alone. Leave his ass alone. Like, if you're dating a guy and he's dealing with depression or he's having like financial hardships, leave his ass alone because he is going to try to ruin your life. Like, I really had to sit back and I had to reflect. And I'm like, you know, like when you reflect and you like, damn, like, did I forget who I am? Like, there are moments where you literally forget who you are and you got to snap back into reality. And when I snapped back into reality, I was like, this nigga is projecting onto me. He's projecting onto me. Like, just because you're not happy and you're going through a series of unfortunate events, and I'm telling you, bitch, for the past week, it's like God has not been on his side. And I have been trying to like send him love and light. And I've been trying to be positive and this and that. But when you have me fucked up consecutively back to back, girl, all that love and light shit is out the window. Welcome to death row, nigga. Like, I'm really not playing, and I really, really have been thinking about it. You really need to get away from men that are not happy, because they will try to ruin your life. I am not being overdramatic, and I have to throw this in here because from the beginning of the video, it has been festering in the back of my mind. If y'all think I'm being overdramatic, when men are miserable, they will unalive their whole family. Like, if a guy loses his job, he would rather unalive his whole family than just like take that L. I'm not making this up. I'll be seeing it all on my For You page. Oh, I want to have an affair, but I don't want to be the bad person. So I'm just going to unalive my whole family so I can have this affair. Like, when men are not happy, they make it your problem too. It does not have to be that way. Jesus already died on the cross. I don't have to sacrifice myself for nothing.
Ladies, what is your take on this conversation? Do you think it is selfish for women to leave unhealthy man alone, or do you think it's the best thing for us to do? Let me know. Let's have conversation down in the comment section. But for me, I just feel like leave them. Just let them be. As in, when they are depressed, just put them one side till they recover. I feel like that's the best thing, because most of the time, it doesn't work out well. I have just one stitch to share with you all. She's a therapist, and yeah, she has to share her 2 cents on this matter. Let's listen to her, and I'll be back to share my own thoughts at the end of the video.
Let me tell you something. When a guy is going through something, leave his ass alone.
Child, I done found me a whole internet best friend, y'all. Bree is not fucking playing with y'all, and I ain't either. Now, y'all know I'm a therapist. And so I'm definitely going to speak to this from a therapeutic standpoint. But first, let's just talk about this very simply, right? Why the fuck do we want to be in cahoots with people who are not at their best selves? With people who are experiencing depression? And I'm a therapist and I'm saying this. People like that, they need to be talking to me. Okay, they need to be talking to a licensed professional. They do not need to be dating. They do not need to be starting something new with someone. Because what Bree is talking about, she's talking about someone that she's talking to. This is not someone she's been in a relationship with. So don't be coming in the comments like, oh my God, you're a therapist and you would have her abandon her boyfriend. This wasn't even her boyfriend, okay? But we really got to think about this, especially as women. We are so empathic. We will literally be there for men, like she said in the video, giving them love and light when they're going through it, because we think, you know what? That's what I'm supposed to do. You know where that comes from? Childhood trauma. Especially for women. We were the ones that would be the glue for the family. We would be the ones that would clean up, like that would literally clean up any of the family drama. That would be just responsible for cleaning up just any of the mess. And we would always be tasked to do something. So we, quite naturally, when we see a problem, we are natural fixers. We're nurturers. So we run to that and we're like, oh, look, an opportunity for me to be praised. An opportunity for me to get validation and glory for being the little helper that mommy and daddy has always raised me to be. The one that granny told me to be. That's not our role. And that's why sometimes we'll take on a damn charity project. Think about it. Think about the men that you've dated and how many of them were in great distress or in great need. And how validated you felt being that person that could be there at their side. Think about it. Think about it. Because we naturally just feel like, oh, look, an opportunity to give love. That don't even make sense. When she said it, it's like a light bulb went off. And really, this is coming from, like I said, inner child, unresolved stuff. This is really coming from a place where we feel, especially as women who are empathetic, that we have to do something about someone's sadness. We have to do something about someone's distress. We don't. We don't. Bree, you are not being dramatic at all, boo. You don't. He had fucked up because you can't expect him to not have you fucked up if his shit's not together. I want to date a happy person. And not to say that you're going to be happy all the time, but I want to date someone that, for the most part, they're optimistic. Because where's the appeal in dating someone that's miserable? Like, I think I started to really outgrow that, even as someone who cared about helping others, I realized, no. I want to get paid for that. I want to get paid for that. I'm not doing this in my dating life no more. And I hope you don't either. So yes, take someone's misery, take someone's pessimism, take someone's just anger problems and quick temperedness as a sign to leave their ass alone. If you care about them, point them to Therapy for Black Men. Point them to Psychology Today so that they could get their ass a therapist. And honestly, truly, this is not just for women to be mindful of. This is for everyone to be mindful of. If the person you are dating is forever in great distress, you are not skilled to help them through that. I don't care how loving you are, how generous you are going to burn yourself out trying to keep them warm. Nope. Nope. So send their ass to a therapist, okay? I'll work with them. But I tell my clients all the time, especially the ones that are like really, really struggling with their anxiety and depression, please, a relationship is not top priority right now. You will attract the healthiest relationship that you could possibly ever attract when you are in a more whole and complete space. And again, I want to be very clear. This does not mean that you don't get into these spaces where you can experience periods of depression. This is not what we're talking about. She was talking about someone who for a whole week straight was just miserable. Who got time for that? Who got time for that? Not me.
Nobody has time for that. If you're getting to know someone, especially if you're getting to know someone, I would agree. And they're already telling you, I'm going through a lot. It's going to be very exhausting because you always want to try to make the person feel better. You always want, because normally we women, we are naturals. You just want to be there for someone. You want to be, we are very caring, okay? Especially when you start liking the person, you always want to be there. You even neglect yourself, and you always want to be there for the person. But because the person is going through trauma or mental illness, they might not even see what you're doing. They might not even appreciate it at that point. And when they start doing things that you don't like, you overlook it, they get away with it. Okay? When they start getting away with it, it's very difficult for you to change it back and say, oh, what you were doing then that I was accepting, I can't accept it again. I was accepting them because we're going through a lot. You start accepting things that you don't like. So it's not wise for you to be with somebody or trying to be with someone that is he needs help. If he needs help, let him go to therapy or heal first, because it's a beautiful thing for you to be with somebody that is already healed, happy. Yes, of course, this world, we cannot be 100% happy. Today you might be sad, it's normal, but not you're really going through something difficult. Okay. And when you're in a relationship with someone, and as well, probably you're married to the person or you're living with the person, and they start giving you, especially men that are broke, initially, if a guy has money and he start getting very broke and doesn't have money again, the kind of mood swing that these men have, it affects the relationship. Okay. And most of the time, if you just try to make things work, you're trying to do things even beyond what you can do, they don't even see, they don't appreciate it, because they are currently not happy with themselves. So if you're not happy with yourself, I don't think you'll be happy with what other people are doing to you, and it will affect the relationship, of course. So the question is, do you think it's wise for women to leave an unhealthy man alone, or is selfish for us to do so? What is your take? Let's have this conversation in the comment section. And thank you all so much for tuning in today. It's your favorite girl again, Maria Davis. And don't forget to like and share and subscribe. And kindly turn on the post notification bell to get notified as soon as I upload another interesting video. And of course, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.